What's up with that, Scott?
I always love like reading inspired books, so that was very fun for me personally. I liked the black and white vintage feel with the dialogue cards, and then transitioning to very vibrant in color the rest of the film. I love that the subjects, like the characters, food, etc., were very vibrant compared to the rest of the background, and I think there was effective use of composition and lighting. I almost would have loved to see this film be entirely without audio dialogue, like showing Don't Tell with like the rat, like maybe showing like Stockbridge rats or something like that to justify the need of him getting rat poison, and then her expression just anticipating with him eating. I think it would have been a stronger narrative in that regard. But other than that, it was very fun.
Maybe some of those like over the top like rat poison props from like the old school movies. Like yeah.
I really like the silent film, like 1930s, 1950s kind of like housewife aesthetic. I think it fits really well with like, especially like I think what they described as a depression allegory at first. I also like the mise en scène with like the bright orange, like the costuming. Also for her, it feels like a type of like power for her, like especially with like the lighting at the end, where it's like you have like this like you see like that orange light start to come in onto the guy, since we never see his face almost until the end of that. The sound is just a little quiet. I do wish that since there is sound, like
That might have been me.
if we just turn up just a little bit, and for some scenes, like it is just a little dark. It is kind of hard to see them, at least towards the end. But overall, I really like the aesthetic of this film.
Yeah, this had really strong cinematography and directorial vision. I'm always a fan of symmetricality, so I love to see that. I love the callbacks it had to some of the earlier periods of Hollywood, and as it's touching on those earlier periods, not just in Hollywood, and relationship dynamics. That's a great combination. I've been watching some Ty West films the last year or so, and this really seemed to be in the same realm as those. I certainly hope that's not what inspired these, because Ty West films are rated R, and certainly none of the students have been watching rated R films. Yeah, I appreciated the experimentation with some of the more advanced editing techniques. I think that's an aspect that could have used a little more polish. As you get into some of that more advanced stuff, it can become harder and harder to execute. So that was something I would love to see a little bit more attention to paid by this team in the future. Just because, again, that was one of the parts that was like, it's almost there, but there's a couple of little pieces that didn't quite fit in. I love that we didn't see the husband's face until the end. And I'll repeat some previous comments about the strengths and weaknesses of providing closure at the end of the story. For my money, again, this one, you could have ended this with the line cinnamon, and then, a cut to black and an audio cue of somebody's head hitting a table, and I thought that would have been perfect, and I would have known everything I needed to know about that story. But again, that's more a matter of personal taste when it comes to closure. So yeah, a lot of